They're killing it. My trainers have 4 different streams of income because if you're just paying the hourly, you're going to keep looking for more and more and more and more. Yes. And they don't care if they are not feeling like it's something of their own. So this is the nutrition company opened my eyes in this aspect and completely changed the game for me. We were struggling pay rent before we started it, and since we started, it completely changed everything for us. We were able to open a nutrition shop. We were able to open this $500,000 location. We were able to do clothing line, a bar, and it, like I said, it's completely changed my entire life because I said yes to an opportunity that in the beginning I thought that I'm too good for this. Oh, I'm not gonna sell supplements. It's just shakes, you know? But no, it's like a whole, yeah. And it's also results because people usually stop coming to your gym because they don't have results. They pay money and they don't see anything because their nutrition is completely shit. So if you help them with that, if your client pays you and they get all the extra value in a community and a meal plan and supplements and they have results, that's all you need. People are here for results. If they don't see results, they are just gonna move on to the next boot camp, to the next gym, to the next trainer. Yeah, but we're like a hub for these women. So that's what really helped us to grow a lot. So, yeah.
Love it. Yeah. So it kind of leans me back into, like, I listened to all the motivational tapes when my dad cut me off financially at 12 years old. He wanted me to become a man and make my own way. So that was his way to make me a man, was to cut me off financially. I don't know if I agree with him, but it really put a fire under my butt. So I started listening to Tony Robbins. You guys know who Tony Robbins is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. #1 motivational guy. And then his motivation would wear off, right? And then I'd listen to Jim Rohn, and his motivation would wear off. I listened to everybody. I went to every workshop, like everything I could get my hands on. And I got a mentor that taught me all kinds of stuff. How to market 22 different ways, how to license, trademark, patent. I had my first patent disclosure at 16 years old. By 17, with this tactical mentor, and this is what frustrates me about motivation, it wears off. If you don't know the tools for business, you will not get rich. I had my first patent in it at 16 years old, the Patent and Trademark Office. By 17, I had exclusive rights to 3 different products, and I had 200 employees, and I was a multimillionaire at 17, just graduating from school. So, but why? And my youngest manager was 37 years old. Can you imagine a 17-year-old yelling at you and you're 37 years old, right? And I'm telling you, the area doesn't suck, you suck because you can't become the person necessary to sell product in that area. You're not willing to mold who you are to match what's there because every one of those people have houses, they have cars, they have income. Everyone you see has money. The question is, you don't know how to get it. Because you don't know how to become the person to be able to get it. Can you imagine hearing that from a 17-year-old and you're 37? Later on, about 6 years later, he came back to me. He goes, did you really believe that every area was the same? And I told him, no. But if you believed it, I was screwed because I needed you to work that area. Why was a 17-year-old able to hire a 37-year-old, have 200 employees, and be a multimillionaire at that age? Can you tell me? Anybody? We miss it. We live in the only country that allows us to do this. Anybody? Mindset. I gave it away. Mindset won't get you there. That's Tony Robbins. Exclusive rights. Is there TM on those boxes?
What is it?
Trademark? Is that trademarked?
Yeah.
It is trademarked? You like literally have TM on the boxes?
I don't know, ask him.
You're not trademarked. So if you really want to grow and you want to make fuck you money, you trademark your shit, you service mark whatever service you're doing, you put a system in place so it doesn't depend on you. I can go in a coma. I have 58 streams of income. If I go in a coma today, I'll be worth more in a year than I am today. Because I won't spend money, and the hospital will like feed me. So, you know, through an IV. So, you know, I might even lose some weight. But, like, I'm strategically set with the 58 streams on income. I have 33 that are managed, so that, and then I have in my trust that my wife can then step in and manage them. Then I have, like, I don't know, 20 or something that are passive. I have 7 active income that I have that depend on me, but the rest don't, right? And I have them all categorized. Managed, passive, compounding. You know the difference? Rule of 72, right? That shit's... Yes, right? Compounding is unbelievable. And when you can, yeah, that's crazy. So, and I categorize each one of my incomes and I track them because what you track, you attract. If you can't confront your balance sheet, like I know my balance sheet when I take a shit in the morning. I have over 69 different bank accounts. I know exactly what my appraised value of every asset I own in the morning. We live in a digital age. It's freaking crazy. Crazy. I know all my numbers. I can see every transaction. It's unbelievable. And you can take a poop and know where you're at in life, financially, to the penny. And all of that's available for free. Like, this is crazy where we're living. Right? It's nuts. So my thing is when you come back to like this country, if you can lock up ownership and you can own Bikini Fitness, like own it, right? And then you create a barrier to entry. That's the thing. Most everybody here will pick an industry that has the lowest barrier to entry, which means you have tons of competition and you can't distinguish yourself, which means you're not going to get rich, which is why I have the podcast Reluctant Billionaire, because you are. If you don't have a path to become where you want to be, it's because you're reluctant, right? Don't be reluctant, right? Like, unless you want to be reluctant, then that's cool. I'm a reluctant billionaire, you know, I admit it, right? But maybe admit it. So trademark your stuff, service market, put your systems together. I have a whole nutritional thing that's white labeled with over 50 different products that I created in 15 minutes. And I showed my audience, it's one of my biggest videos, has like 1 million views. Because I showed people how to make a full supplement line, because it's all the same crap that comes out. You don't want to come up with something new because you'll get sued.
Exactly.
The same protein stuff, the same what do you call it? Pills, yeah. I did that because I wanted to show people that you can create your own brand. I got Cartwright Health, just for the hell of it. And I created a whole product line for fun. And then I showed people, this is how you do it. Then go sell it. If you're a fitness person, every one of your fitness people should have Bikini Fitness with that person's name or whatever scribbled on the side. In 5 minutes, I can show you in Canva how you can do it. We'll have a full line in 15 minutes that you can sell completely out of here. With Bikini Fitness, with TM, register trademark that crap. It's beautiful. I got it right away what your whole business model was. When I walked in here, I go, this is perfect. Women are so subconscious. I mean, like conscious, like, and the dude's there and trying to talk to him. I'm just trying to work out. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, you're cute.
That's the scenario.
I kind of would like to hang out with you, but really, right now? You know? Then you got to wear makeup. You don't have to wear makeup here.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if your bikini falls
this
off,
is a brilliant business
cares.
model.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And the Bikini Fitness, Melissa Perlman, look at my channel, Melissa Perlman. She took a place in, in Mexico, in Tulum. We went there New Year's. I love this lady. She's got my heart. She leased like one little room and she was building rooms. And now she has a $50 million resort in Tulum on the beach that is the most beautiful resort. And she's a powerhouse from New York. She went there broke after breaking up with some dude that was anyway, another story. So, yeah. Anyway, trademark, service mark, exclusive rights, own your shit, figure out how to become a barrier to entry, and it's the fastest way to make money. And the only way to keep people, because everything turns into a red ocean, like I was saying, they eat you. The only way that you keep people from eating you is when you create blue ocean. Like Orange Theory down the street, they've created like an ocean, a blue ocean of their own, because they've created a format that works and they've created a system that works, it's duplicatable, and you can pull somebody from the trailer, and I don't have a problem with trailers, or a homeless person, put them in their system, and they can literally run it like a McDonald's. So anyway, I'm sorry, I went off on again. I'm done.
Love it, love it. Round of applause. That was, I learned a lot just from that. So.
Please do it. Nothing upsets me more than when people don't do
what
will
them
make
to do.
them wealthy. It's made me wealthy. Like, you're hearing it from a guy that did it at 17.
Absolutely.
How could you walk out the door without, like, what the fuck is exclusive rights? What is a trademark? Like, you can do it, like, at home. Like, when I did it, I had to read and research and print documents. Now it's like you Google it online, and then you use ChatGPT to write your craft, and you're done. Like, it's so easy for you guys now. It was hard for me. I'm old. Yeah.
Love it, love it.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is, that was great, by the way. So we have a second panel right after this, but I would like to give an opportunity for the people in the audience to ask a couple questions. And from there, we're going to roll right into the second panel. No break, just right into the second panel. So opportunity right now, don't be shy, ask away. Raise your hand if you have a question.
I have a question. How do you identify what restraint to focus on in your business?
What restraint? Typically, have you read Theory of Constraints?
No.
Or Sig Sigma?
No.
So Theory of Constraints is like the biggest. I consult for companies. They pay me $10,000 an hour to come fix their company, and then I get 1/3 of whatever they make or whatever they save. What we look for is where the system goes and it breaks. That's where we look, and we actually open it up so that we can have a buffer there, right? So that there's more time in that department to fix it, right? Are you talking about that kind of restraint?
So I'm curious if there's like a sequential process you go through. Like first we like how do you identify where to focus versus, because there's different restraints that businesses have. How do you identify where it's breaking? Like you sweep it from left to right, like starting from like, hey, I reached out to someone, they didn't reply, they're not looking or whatever. I'm just curious, like how you identify where to focus on a business, because you can only put your attention towards so many things.
Yeah, you usually, this is the sad thing, is we usually put all the focus on the problem, not on expanding the solution, right? Like, for example, the customer that complains the most, we give them all the energy. But the one that's sitting over in the corner that you could make the most money off of, you ignore. Rather than saying, you're a great person, you're a wonderful person, let me hand you to my competitor. I know that sounds crazy, right?
Oh, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, like, I love you, you're great. I'm telling you, I've made so much money by turning down business and handing people off, because you know how many hours I have in a day? 24, same as you. 7 days, same as you. Bezos, same thing. You think he's spending time on the problem, or he's expanding the solution? And one of the biggest things he taught, like from Bezos, I was at Milan in Fashion Week with him. He was like, I'm interested in what's going to be still here 10 years from now, because I was arguing about artificial intelligence with the wife, and he's like, 10 years from now, what is going to be here? He goes, I can guarantee you people will want cheaper prices and more efficient delivery, period. Like, and I was like, that's pretty brilliant. Like, so your restraint, like, it's going to show up for you. Like when we're consulting, we map a whole company. Do you know what mapping is?
I'd love to hear what you think.
So mapping is like whatever particle comes into an organization, it travels through the organization. Where you look is where that particle starts to bounce around. For a company that I can't mention because I'm under an NDA, the credit department was where their particle bounced around. They credit checked Walmart for 15 years and never delivered a product on time to Walmart in 15 years, right? But their shipping department always said that they delivered on time. They checked Walmart's credit every time the invoice came in. They didn't need to do that. I switched it to where the screen was green if they paid and red if they had to collect a payment. We got rid of 8 people and moved them to other departments from the credit department, when the biggest restraint was supposedly the credit department. The reality was it wasn't the credit department that was the problem. It was the intake that was the problem. A green screen and a red screen, which sounds stupid, and it really is, right? literally solved that problem. Why would you credit check Walmart? Do you know what Walmart does if you should, like, any of you guys sell to Walmart? So Walmart has a thing. Anybody can, by the way. They give you 5 minutes. They timer, you pitch your product, and then they kick you out after 5 minutes. That's their process. It's pretty amazing. But everybody gets a chance to sell to Walmart. In fact, my neighbor is Nancy Walden, which is another, and she's suing the other neighbor, but that's another story. So over a tree branch that went into, anyway. So, so basically at Walmart, if you deliver late, they just discount your bill. They're like, no problem, it wasn't on the shelf, we didn't make the money, we'll just discount the bill. So that means they never got paid a full price. For my job became very easy, because if they showed up on time, they didn't discount the bill. So the constraint you think you have in your business may not be. And one of the biggest constraints I find with companies is the group thinking. We all make agreements in social relationships, thousands of them. I come in and I look at all the agreements and I go, wow, everyone's dysfunctional. Let's face it, we're all jacked up, right? So my job is to unjack the company. So I try and figure out what the agreements are, be soft and loving, and help them understand that what they're doing is hurting the company. So the mapping is figuring out how we can make that particle flow straight through the company as efficient as possible. The way to create efficiency is you get rid of thinking and you get rid of emotion. And I'll give you an analogy for that. One, if I gave you a cherry, you could eat it pretty quickly, right? If I gave you the same size of a roach or a beetle, it would take you the same effort to eat that. Why would you give it more thought? Why would you give it more emotion? It actually has more protein than actually the cherry. It's better for you. But you're going to give it so much thought because of the legs and it's alive, right? When you think about it. The same thing applies in whatever you do. If you can get rid of thinking in your business and you can get rid of emotion, the effort it takes to be successful is ridiculously easy. It is painfully easy to be successful. People get in the way with thought and emotion.
How do you do that?
Systemize it, create a system. You'd be surprised. You say, it's our policy. And people just go, oh, I'm fucked. There's a policy. It's like, but there's a policy. Oh, there's a policy for that. And as the owner, you never talk to people. You always have you have people in the middle. You got middle people. Because the owner has always the last say. You don't want to be the buck stops here. That's not where you want to be. You want to be the good guy, always. Let all the bad stuff be handled by somebody else. And it's shocking what you can get away with in America with policy. It doesn't work in Paris. It doesn't work in Italy. Those people, they get really pissed off. Poland, they will and if you try that in Bulgaria, you're done, right? But in America, you're screwed and it's a policy. How many people have been feel screwed and somebody told you it was a policy? Mm-hmm. If you're not shaking your head and you're in America, you're not being honest, So policies and systems, and you do that, everybody just sticks to the policy, no matter how horrible the policy is.
And what was those books one time?
Which one?
Theory of Constraints.
Theory of Constraints is called The Goal. It's by Eli Goldratt. He passed, but he is the number one guy for systems in manufacturing, retail. Retail is off the charts. If you want to get a PhD or an MBA in actually manufacturing design, you study The Goal and the Theory of Constraints. It's very systematic. It's like a nosebleed. It's for engineers. It's an engineer type thought process. It's heavy. It's very heavy. Very heavy thinking. But great. The guy was crazy. I trained with him. So I was one of the facilitators in Israel. He's from Israel.
I'm from Israel.
Yeah? So is my wife's Jewish. My mom was Jewish.
Oh, really?
So yeah, that's a whole nother story. Yeah. Everybody's got a story if they're part Jewish. It's it's not real popular.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. That's how I can go on for an hour on that subject. Yeah. So anyway, did that help?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, I think it's just sometimes I feel like I know my restraint, but maybe I'm attacking it from the wrong angle.
What's your restraint? We're beating around your restraint. What is it?
For me, I run an AI outbound team. And
Okay.
initially, I had a commission-based outbound team, and then I replaced it with my AI. And sometimes I wonder if just what my restraint is. Just I was trying to do too many things, and focusing on identifying a restraint really helped me with that focusing instead of trying to do too much stuff. But sometimes I'm curious to hear your thought process on how you identify that restraint, because I don't want to be putting all my focus into something I think is a restraint when maybe there's something else which is a bigger lever.
Yeah, like for me, it was in this company, and I flew to Visalia, Georgia. I can't mention the company. I made $3 million off just going in and like sorting people's problems out. But like the credit department wasn't the problem. The problem was the order intake. And a green and a red screen fixed that and solved the credit problem. Like, why would you credit check grocery stores that have been buying from you for like 20 years?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. And I think I can say it without telling you what the company is. It's like tuna. Yeah. There's 3, so you'd have to pick which 3. And it's a mafia. Like literally, they all can in each other's factories. It is like the stuff I learned about tuna, it's a mafia. There's a mafia tuna. It's a mafia. Yeah. Anyway, just so you know when you eat your tuna.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anybody else? That was one question.
Let's do one more question. I want to roll right into the second panel because this one's going to be great as well. Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned, Andrew, that you were broke, you were suicidal, so in order to kind of become where you're at now, you obviously had to change your personality, your perspective in life. Any steps that you would recommend to somebody who's maybe in that same position? Or
So, like, failure is inevitable. I don't care how good you are. Like, I consider myself really freaking good. Like, obsessive, hardworking, like ridiculous, like insane. I do Ironmans, like I'm insane. And I fail. So if anyone else fails, I got no judgment at all. Like for example, when I failed and was suicidal and living in the car and all that kind of stuff, there was a business plan I wrote when I was 17. I was 32 years old. I pulled the business plan out of the storage unit, and it was to help people sell their own homes. I sold $240,000 worth of advertising in a couple of days with 8 pieces of paper. My biggest thing is do not lose hope. Like literally, money is fake. It's an illusion. We print it out of thin air with bonds. The government, our taxes, the $1 trillion, don't even pay our debt. We're $33 trillion in debt, right? Like literally, money is fake. If you provide a service and product and there's margin, there's only 2 things you can do in life, in business. And this changed my life when I was 16. Service or product, or a mixture of both. That's it. And then you need to make sure there's margin in what you do with a plan to get you where you want to go. And then you work that plan. And when it's not working, quit. Bail. Go do another plan. But do it long enough. You got to be obsessed, focused for like 6 months. Put everything into it. Go after it. If you can't see light at the end of the tunnel, pivot. Pivot. Because what you start doing, you may start out in the bikini, whatever, and then find some other product that you land on that makes you guys worth $1 billion. Look at Kylie. She doesn't I was buying the makeup factory, Kylie Jenner's makeup factory that made all the makeup for her. The contractor that made a little margin. And then she makes 95% profit.
Damn.
Right? We're a contract manufacturer. She doesn't manufacture the stuff. Right? All the margins made off a brand. If you follow across a brand that's bikini, you could close this whole place down and have bikini fitness as whatever. Like think of a skinny bitch. Like, are we serious? It's just a brand. $1 billion company off a name and a concept. You stumble across a concept, like life is like over. And you never know when you're going to stumble across your concept. But if you don't play, you can't win. You got to get on the field. You got to play. You got to get hurt. You got to fall down. You got to get beat up. You got to get up. You got to get beat up. You got to get kicked down. You got to get up. Just don't always get up. Just always get up. And never quit. Like, you only lose if you quit. Like, that's the cool thing about the game. You will only lose if you quit.
Boom.
Boom. You guys, those type of things cost thousands of dollars what you're getting here tonight.
I charge
So-
10,000 an hour.
Exactly. I was like,
And a third of what you make for the year. Just a year. Just a year. It's not bad. Boeing saved them $40 million. So.
wow. So, yeah.
Love it. So, last thing is, where can they find you on social media? And then I want to go ahead and bring on the next panel. We're no break. We're gonna go right into the next panel. Where can they find you on social media?
Bikini_fitness1. This is our main page. I also have my personal one, but follow the Bikini Fitness one. I share a lot of tips, even if you're not working out here. A lot of good tips, a lot of good education, knowledge about exercise, nutrition, community, business, everything. Yeah.
That's awesome. Andrew Cartwright, you can just, I'm not trying to brag, just type in Google Andrew Cartwright, and I'm the first 2 pages. So.
On the first 2 pages.
Awesome. Round of applause. Cool. And then let's roll into the next panel. We got RC Simon and we got Bob with Saxon. Cool.
We got 80% of that picked up the rest.
Come on, stop it.
So
Stop. Wanna fun?
like
So we got